The next task is going to be to build up our nav section so that we can have a link that will take us to each of the pages, but also that we can have a link on each of the pages back to the Constitution file where we have the fragment links, the different articles of the Constitution. So we want to start that here with our declaration file where we don't have any kind of nav links in here yet at all. So I'm going to come to Constitution and we'll just copy these. We'll come to declaration and paste them in here and then save. And now you can see at the top of the page that we have links to the articles of the Constitution. Now there's a problem here, and I'm wondering if you've spotted it yet. All right, let's take a look. Let's try to go to Article 7 of the Constitution from the Declaration of Independence page. And we're not going anywhere. Try it again. How about Article 5? No, we're not going anywhere. And the reason for this is that we are in the Declaration of Independence file. And when you understand about relative links, then what we see here, these links are pointing to fragments that are assumed to be down inside this page itself. Go back to Constitution for a moment. We had no problem being able to get to these links because if we click on Article 5, we go to Article 5 because from the constitution.html file, this tag here says take us to the ID that's identified as Article 1 and so on like this. But that's because these links themselves, the IDs, these targets that we have here in these fragment links are on this same page. So if we go back to declaration, we need to make one change to each of these 7 links here. Remember, in order to edit multiple things at once, you've got to find something that's in common between them all. And all of these have an equal sign and then a opening quotation mark and then that hash symbol. So I'm just going to select those 3 items because these are 3 things, the equal sign, quotation mark, and hash symbol. These are 3 things that don't appear anywhere else on this page. And so by selecting those 3, I can just use Control-Shift-L and it selects all of the others that match that pattern. Now I'm going to hit the right arrow key and that puts all of the cursors aligned, and I'm just going to move them back to the left one time right in front of that hash symbol, and I'm going to make this href not go to an article that's down on this page, but I want it to go first of all to Constitution, constitution.html, then hash symbol. So I'll hit escape to get out of multi-cursor mode, Control S to save these. I'm going to go back to my Declaration of Independence file, and now Article 5 takes us to Article 5 in the Constitution. I'll click back, and it takes me back to the Declaration file. Article 3 takes me to Article 3 on the Constitution page. Click back, and now we're back at the Declaration. Our fragment links are working correctly now because we're saying, yes, I want to find Article 1 or whatever of the Constitution, but I know that that fragment link is found on a different page than this one, and so we have to put the name of the actual page where that's found here. Now, we're going to need exactly the same thing in amendments, so we can just highlight all of these, Control-C to copy, come to amendments, and right up here above all of these fragment links here to the amendments, we're going to hit enter and then paste. So from the amendments page, we can jump to any article of the Constitution. But the problem is they're all laid out on one great big long line at the top. And this is one of those places that for now, at least in the design stage, in order for us to see things, we're going to have to stick in a BR tag between the articles at the top and the links to the amendments at the bottom. Normally, we would never use a BR tag for something like this, but in the design phase, we're going to have to do this. We can fix this easy when we get to CSS. Control S to save. And now you can see that the articles in the amendments file are on the top line, and the links to the fragments of the amendments page are on that second line.